Researchers have released a 3D model of what you may look like in the year 2100 if we all continue working from home. This article is hilarious. I'm going to get to the genesis of this, and we're going to try and decipher whether or not this is serious. And I'm also going to get to a very interesting piece of information at the end of this video, so wait for that. But the Daily Mail picked this up. So from what I understand, this is a more conservative-leaning paper or website in the UK. But this is under their science section. Daily Mail Science. Swollen eyes, a hunchback, and claw-like hands. Grotesque model reveals what remote workers will look like in 70 years. So I'm going to get some more images. Here's one of the close-ups. They're calling her Anna. As you can see here, this is Anna. Red swollen eyes, hunchback, swollen limbs, claw hands, all from working from home. Now, what is the genesis of this article that, again, is covered in this serious paper, the Daily Mail? It is a website. Researchers at a website called Furniture at Work, UK's Best Prices. They sell office furniture. So they put this article together to be like, oh, you better get back to the office. We got to have offices. It's very important. Otherwise, you'll look like Anna. And also because we have furniture that we're trying to sell you. So please buy our furniture. I read this whole piece, and I read it multiple times. I have to, I mean, I was going to say I have to assume it's a joke or like parody, but I honestly can't tell, and I'll show you why near the end here. But this is the so there's at least one other article I saw, like major news websites picking this up as a serious story. So their title here, from claw hands to hunchbacks, how working from home could affect our bodies. Now I'm gonna go through some choice quotes because it is so hilarious. Here's the other article I saw that picked it up. I'm sure more will pick this up because it's so ridiculous. But some of these quotes are they're amazing. It's pure comedy. We sourced scientific research and worked with health experts to fully explore the potentially damaging health effects of working from home before working with a 3D designer to create a future human whose body has physically changed due to consistent use of laptops and smartphones, poor posture, and an unhealthy diet. Could Anna be the future of remote working? All of this is already happening. All of this was happening before the pandemic, before more people working from home. The idea that, again, if they're being serious here, which we're going to try and figure out if they're being serious, but if they're being serious, this is not a poor diet, and being on your computer all day is not a working from home problem. It is a problem generally. But some of these, so I looked up these doctors' names. They're real doctors. I'm not sure if the quotes are real, but these people exist. So Dr. Alice Wang, an internationally published award-winning double fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeon with 18 years of experience. This quote's great. Lack of regular movement and ergonomic inefficiencies can lead to musculoskeletal disorders. Chronic pains and degenerative conditions can also develop because of prolonged sitting and inadequate posture, especially when no one is watching. Because of course, this can happen when you're at work. But it's really bad if there isn't a boss over your shoulder watching you. This is why, I'm at this point in the article, I'm thinking this is a joke, right? This has to be a joke. This is a hilarious parody. This other quote here: using screens can be damaging for your eyes, especially in a work environment not designed for long periods of sitting and concentrating. Without enough natural light or the bright lights provided in commercial offices, remote workers will be putting extra strain on their eyes, which could lead to headaches. This is like the level of propaganda here. Again, if they're being serious, the level of propaganda here is off the freaking charts. These images are also, look at this. This lady sitting on her bed. She's eating an apple apparently. That is an apple, so she's still eating healthily. Remote working has meant regular morning commutes may now be a thing of the past. This is great. And while avoiding rush hour and being able to start work as soon as you roll out of bed may have its positives, losing those extra steps in the morning could lead to health issues. The extra steps of walking outside from your front door to your car. Are those the extra steps you're talking about? Because what other extra steps are there? Not to mention then you're sitting in your car for what could be, an hour, hour and a half. Some people have crazy commutes. Or sitting, in transit even, just sitting down for a long period of time. Is that good? Is that good for your health? Ridiculous. When working from home, when working from a commercial office, you're more likely to walk to different meeting rooms, move between desks, and take regular drink breaks. This lack of physical activity at home could increase the risk of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. You may develop obesity, diabetes, and heart disease because you didn't walk between meeting rooms. Unbelievable. Now, the reason why I'm conflicted on how serious this is because they make some serious points. Poor mental health. The health risks of years spent working from home aren't just physical. The office isn't just a place to work. It's an opportunity to chat and collaborate with your colleagues in person. Missing out on these social interactions could lead to feelings of isolation, anxiety, and depression among remote workers, particularly those who live and work alone. I think this is a fair point. Look, I am pro work from home. If you want to work from home, you should be able to work from home. I got no issue with that. But as somebody who works from home and doesn't have coworkers, I 100% agree. It absolutely, especially working in news and how depressing news is. Yes, isolation, depression, absolutely can be issues if you work alone and with no one else, no meetings or anything. So this is a real point that they're making in this otherwise ridiculous article. And they've also, so I did a bit of research on this place. Last month, they put out this piece. What will your office look like by 2050? And they try to make it all cool. Like, oh, you're going to be in VR with VR headsets, working with all this technology, and like all these ways that it'll transform the office. They're doing yoga here. There's a drone in the office, which I guess is supposed to be cool. Like, beanbag chairs, movable walls. Like, they're trying to make it the office look like a really cool place to work. It's just, but again, this is taken, like, they do this in a way that is serious. And whatever. It's a furniture website, so that's one thing. It's another thing for a major news organization like the Daily Mail to pick it up under their science section. Now, in light of the office furniture here, releasing an image of what you may look like if you work from home, beer companies have also released a 3D image of what you may look like if you don't drink beer. So here's their 3D model. Right here, they're calling him Fred. As you can see, the broken glasses likely stepped on by someone who is cooler and more athletic than Fred here. The dry mouth, look at those lips. Dry mouth due to a complete lack of barley-infused hydration. And the oversized hands here, the lack of actively gripping a beer, has led to considerable weight gain in the hands. And even growing facial hair has not appeared to help the appearance of this loser. So beer companies also warning you, you must drink beer, otherwise you risk looking like Fred. Just incredible. And I have to say, if it is just parody and just they're joking around, it is brilliant marketing to put something like this out there, because you get places like the Daily Mail, and this is getting picked up on social media right now. You're getting all this attention because of how ridiculous how ridiculous this is. So if it is just marketing, man, brilliant.